I don't force my triathletes to do a lot of stroke work. If they don't want to do butterfly, backstroke, that's fine. If they want to come to me and learn how to do fly and back, that's great. We got the coaching staff to do that. I do throw in a little bit of breaststroke because when the mass starts, when that barbaric thing is happening, a lot of them will go into breaststroke because it's a little more stable stroke. So I can teach them, you know, a little more efficient breaststroke, stronger breaststroke. I am a breaststroker. I got to get my thing into these triathletes.
Hi, I'm Brian. I joined the club last year. The reason I joined is I had primarily a competitive mountain biker, and I got into triathlons last year and signed up for an Ironman, and I really didn't know how to swim. So I called Doug up, talked to him about the Masters Club. He warned me at the time that this is not a triathlon club, it's actually a swim club. So you're expected to do flip turns, you're expected to go to meets, and that was perfect. So last year my swimming improved enormously. This year we're focusing a lot more on technique, which I think is adding additional more speed to my time. I found the Tuesday and Thursday nights when we come out here just fabulous. I enjoy coming out here. I may be quiet and sleepy when I get here, but when I leave I'm quite invigorated. I think that the program Doug's got together with the additional coaches is just perfect for what I'm training for.
We are going to swim as fast as you can, 125, and I want you to count your strokes. So I want you to take a half a stroke off on this 25 and try to keep that speed. You're all pretty speedy there. So let's take a half a stroke off and see what happens. Most of them will start cheating, and this is good. This is a good cheat. They'll start kicking underwater, coming off the wall, a little more streamlined, and this is what we want. So we're kind of conning them here into something. A lot of them will hold their breath a little while longer and get in there, or they'll come into the wall and they'll stretch it out to reach for the wall, which is what we want when we finish. So this is a great technique to get that stroke count down without them realizing it. I want you to take another half stroke off. So now we're going one full stroke or one full stroke cycle. Triathletes love little games like this. And when you tell them, like you kind of go, oh, this is what I'm doing, they all get excited. They just like this stuff. So, and it's also just good for shaking it up and creating a good atmosphere. Fast tempo swim. So give me 125 with a fast tempo. All right? Now, why I've said this, tempo pacing on their bike, tempo pacing on their running, tempo this, and so why not talk on their level and bring it down to tempo in the pool, which basically translates to swim your butt off.
My name's Susie, and I've been coaching with Doug in his North Toronto Masters Swim Club for 2 seasons now. And I've been working with the triathletes, and I've really enjoyed working them because they're really eager to learn, and they provide unique challenges to coaching because you have to break down and actually teach them how to swim like swimmers, and everything has to be broken down into unique steps, starting up from the basics and basically teaching them like children. It's a fabulous program here, and I really enjoy working with them.
I get a lot of flack from this. I don't need to do flip turns. I'm doing an open water swim, a 1500K open water swim. Why do I need to do flip turns? Well, you need to do flip turns because you got to get into swimming shape. And doing flip turns gets you into swimming shape. So what I want you to do is just go down the pool, go about 7 seconds apart, do a complete somersault, and come out and go the direction that you were swimming. Do a couple of them, then I go do a somersault off the wall, push off the wall on your back. Most of them can do that. Then we start pushing off the wall on your back, getting into freestyle. So again, it's just breaking it down really simplistic for them and letting them work with it and then bringing it forward into what you want. One of the things that I truly believe as a coach is when you have triathletes, you do not let them into the pool and start throwing 400s at them or 200s right off the bat. We have been progressing from 50s to 100s, a couple weeks later to 150s and 200s because we're stressing technique, technique, technique. Because once you get them in there, they just want to get in and they just think they got to swim 500 straight. That's not what I'm about. I want to get them to get stroke technique, and then we can get up to 500 or 400 at a time with total efficiency. So the next set's like a pyramid, and hopefully they can keep their stroke together. Let's find out. Alrighty. So we're going to do a 50, 100, a 200, and we're going to venture into 250 tonight, and we venture into a 300. Ready, go. You get these A-type personalities in here, and it can be challenging sometimes. And you have to be gentle, but firm. It's just something I've noticed with triathletes. They seem to get a lot of cramps. First, I was kind of confused by it, but then when you think about it, it makes sense that they're doing the running and the cycling, and they probably are not stretching enough, maybe not eating enough calcium and potassium, whatever. Some of them get really ticked off about it because they can't swim. All right, but I just try to be positive, tell them maybe you should stretch out a little. I find that for some reason it seems to happen with their ankles and feet, but that makes sense with the swimming and the running. They're kind of two opposing forces on your feet. There's always room in a workout for technique. If you're talking about recovery swimming, do a technique. I don't tell my triathletes they're going to turn into Olympic swimmers. What I tell them is I'm going to make their strokes a little more efficient, that when they get out, they have a lot more energy to do that bike and that run. In conclusion, if you're a coach and you're looking at getting into the triathlon market, the biggest thing that I can say is you got to be patient. But remember, they're coming to you because you're the swim coach, you're the expert, you're the facilitator, and like I said earlier, you just have to have a different mindset with triathletes. There are a few coaches that I know of that have had a great success with triathletes in Canada, with masters. I'm not the only one, and I certainly can learn more. As I said to you earlier before, it was a learning experience for me, and I've shared it with my coaches. And I mean, I have 3 coaches that were on the Canadian Olympic team. They're phenomenal swimmers, and we've talked about this, and they're like, wow, we got to come down a few levels, and you do. And the best thing about this, you're not working with a bunch of people that are not unappreciative. Triathletes are great. I love taking triathletes to a swim meet for the very first time. They're up on the blocks, they're shaking, the club's behind them, they race, they have it in their blood, they do well. And I think it just, from a coach, you're just opening yourself into a whole new world that is a great world to get into. So good luck. One of the things that I emphasize when we warm down is also practicing technique. If they can do it when they're warming down and they're exhausted, when they come forward and next time you're in the pool, it will pay off in spades for them. Dug out.